My current TBR is getting quite out of hand. I haven't counted them. There are so many books I still have to read that I have on my shelves, and I've been in a little bit of a reading slump. I really need to pick this back up this month. Also, I've put a buying ban on myself for the last few months and it's really working out, but life is difficult without buying books. I've only read 5 books so far this year and it's already March. Last year I read nearly 60 books. My reading goal this year is 65. But with 5 books in 2 months, I will never make that. So in this month, I'm going to try to read as much as possible. I do have to read quite a lot of books for school, which takes away time to read good books. Fun books, sorry. I won't hate on the classics, but it takes away time reading fun books. I just need to read more. So yeah, this is my March reading month. Okay, so currently I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading Catabasis by R.F. Kuang and Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte for school. I've already read this one once, but I'm just reading it again because we have to read it. It's quite fun to read it after having seen the recent film adaptation, but I hate this book. Yeah, I am tabbing it though. This book, Catabasis, by the way, this is not the book. The book is what my camera is standing on right now. I've been reading this since December. I got it for Christmas. I was so excited because I loved Fable. You see it right there. This isn't doing it for me. The writing is good, but not much happens. It's 500 pages, but I'm trying to get it done. I have a lot of books I really want to read. Yeah, let's get reading. This is Catabasis without the dust jacket. It looks quite cool. I started reading the first book of The Hunger Games in the train. I know it's bad having 3 books at the same time, but the reason for this is that Catabasis is a bit too big to take to school, so I wanted a smaller paperback. I just finished The Hunger Games. I read this so quickly. This is really the type of book you need while you're in a reading slump. I've seen all of the Hunger Games films, so I kind of recognize the story, but I feel like the concept of the Hunger Games, the plot is so good, and I feel like nearly everybody would like it. Now, the writing style of the book is actually really simple and really accessible, you know. I feel like younger people could read it, or people who don't read English as much yet. It's just a really good starting book. I'm definitely gonna read the rest of the series. Also, I think there's a new Hunger Games film coming out somewhere this year, so I need to catch up. I actually rated this book 5 stars. I do give 5 stars easily, but it deserves it. The plot is good, the characters are great. I love Katniss Everdeen as a character. She's so good. Besides the story just being really fun and exciting, I also like how it kind of gives a societal criticism that makes you think about a bit more than just a simple story. And yeah, I like that about it. You know, you can choose yourself how you read the book and how you see everything. So this was a really great read. Now it's time to choose a new paperback to read. I'm thinking maybe Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is like a literary fiction, I think, so to mix genres a bit. It's like 300 pages, so it would help with a reading slump. This would be a really great option. Queen of Shadows, the 5th book of Throne of Glass. I read the first 4 and I loved it so much, then I stopped. I don't know why. ACOTAR 6 and 7 got announced a few days ago, so that is also another reason to continue Throne of Glass. Everybody is saying you have to read Crescent City before you read ACOTAR 6 and 7. I still need to read ACOTAR 5 and 4 books of Throne of Glass. I don't know what I really want right now. And my last option, 2nd book of Harry Potter. I need to continue this, you know, I need to continue it, and this is a thin book. It will be an easy read. How am I going to decide? Okay guys, number 1, Harry Potter. Number 2, Queen of Shadows. And number 3, Forever Interrupted. Yeah, I'm gonna let my boyfriend choose. Let's go. Okay, he chose number 3, so that means we're reading Forever Interrupted. I'm excited. This is a good choice. I am glad with this, I think.
Well, I bet my hat that was your sister. Let's have a big hand for our very first volunteer, Katniss Everdeen.
I'm about 90 pages in, which is 1/3 of the book, and I must say I quite like it. I don't think it can be compared to like The Seven Husbands or Atmosphere, which are books I thought were really good from her. I think this book is a bit basic. The book is basically about Elsie and Ben. We learn that they're recently married, but he gets into a crash and he dies. And then the book basically goes back and forth between him being dead and her grieving, and their romance, how it started, all of that. So it's quite fun, but still I think that's a bit basic. So yeah, I like it so far, but it's nothing special. Who knows though, maybe it gets a lot better. I have a day full of reading today. I have 45 minutes to read right now before I leave for school. I'm gonna read Catabasis. Also, I have 1 hour in the train ride there, 1 hour on the train ride back for reading, and then I also have 2 hours in between my lessons where I can read as well. So I'm gonna try to get as much done as possible. Let's see how much I can read in this one day. I ended up not filming as much as I wanted to, but I read 20 pages of Catabasis in the morning, and then I read nearly 100 pages of Forever Interrupted. So this is going well. I finally finished Wuthering Heights. So this is the second time I read this, and the experience was quite the same for me. I've watched the recent adaptation of Wuthering Heights, and contrary to like most opinions I see online, I actually quite like the film, while being aware that it isn't meant to be a one-on-one adaptation of the book. I thought the film made the book fun. The book is not fun. Volume 1 is okay, I like Volume 1, but Volume 2 is a bit longer as well, and I just feel like that was completely unnecessary. It's really boring in my opinion. I feel like it's really quite repetitive. A lot of conversations just come up over and over again, and yeah, no, this just isn't it for me, and that is fine. That is fine. Also, I want to quickly say, Catabasis, I'm getting through it. I'm nearly finished, and I must say, the last 50-ish pages, 50, maybe 60, 70, are a bit better. So that's good, because I wasn't getting through that book at all. Also, so it's Friday right now. For upcoming Tuesday, we have to read Jane Eyre, but I'm skipping that because I've started it before and I DNF'd it, which is fine. It really seems like I don't like literature right now, but it's really not like that, I promise. But for, I think the week after that or the week after that, I have to read Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I'm gonna try to read that one, but I know like everybody's saying it's a really tough read because it's a really long book, probably like a bit tedious as well, but I'm gonna read that one, or at least attempt to. Sadly, this was not it for me. I think I said it previously, I really like Fable. I really liked that book. That book was more focused on languages and etymology and stuff like that, and I'd say that's something I'm a bit more interested in. This book was more focused on logic. It was really quite philosophical, and I must say I don't really like philosophy. This book is 540 pages, I think. It just felt quite repetitive. So this book is about a boy and a girl, and they are magicians. There's kind of like a magic system where they use chalk to like draw circles, and with using logic they can create a paradox and therefore like do magic. You can trap somebody or stuff like that. The students at Cambridge, basically I can't spoil things. I'm so scared to spoil things. So basically this boy and girl go to hell with a goal. They're going there with a goal. The book basically takes us through the 7 courts of hell, and it's like the 7 sins. You can see like the map here, and it has like tyranny, cruelty, violence, wrath, greed, desire, and pride, and they go through that, and I think that's quite interesting. There are also many references to like older, like more classical stories, real stories about hell, like Dante's, I think it's Inferno, or Paradise Lost. There's a lot of references to those works, and I thought that's really interesting. And I just really like how R.F. Kuang, you can just tell she's so smart and she does so much research and knows so much, and there's a lot of information just in this book, and I had that same feeling with Fable. But yeah, still I felt like the characters were a bit underdeveloped. Yeah, so the writing and the concept really good, but just too long, repetitive, and therefore boring. I'm halfway through, there's a really big plot twist. Never mind. I
just came back from a day of shopping in Rotterdam, and of course I went to a bookstore, so I'm going to show you which books I got. Okay, so the first main book I got is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. It's the second book in the Red Rising series, because I recently read Red Rising and I really liked it, so I know I told myself not to get any books, but this is like the next book in the series, so it's fine. And then I also got this small penguin classic. It was only €4, so I thought, why not? And it's Well, They Are Gone and Here I Must Remain, and Here Must I Remain by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. It's a really short book, and I mean, I don't know the book. I think it's a collection, but I'm not entirely sure. But I do know Coleridge from The Ancient Mariner, so it's fine. And then I got, because it's like in Holland, it's Boekenweek right now, which is like book week. I don't know, but I got free book with it. It's a Dutch book. I might try it out, or maybe I won't. I'm not sure. It's a short book, so yeah. I got 3 new books. Yesterday evening I had an impulsive thought to just read this book. It was 90 pages, but very spacious pages, and I thought, oh, I'll finish this in one evening. I didn't, but I got very far and I just finished it this morning. So this is a Dutch book, the one for the book week I told you about I got in Rotterdam, and I haven't read a Dutch book in a really long time. I don't mind it being in Dutch at all. It's fine, but this book wasn't very good. I also saw there's like a lot of people aren't very positive about it. It's about a man and a woman, and they're both in their 60s, so they're a bit older, and that is sometimes a bit difficult to relate to. So it's about them, and they don't know each other at the beginning of the book, and then they meet each other, and then they decide to go on like a road trip together in I do not know how to pronounce it, Piaggio. It's a type of car, a small Italian car with these like one wheel in the front and then 2 wheels at the back. And then they plan to go on that road trip together from Italy back to Holland, and that's it. And nothing happens. The writing is really quite cringe and nothing special basically, but still I'm glad I read it. Hey guys, it is time for a new review. I finished Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'll start off by saying that I think previously in this video I said it was a literary fiction. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't really know what it was about, and it seems to be classified more as a romance, but it's definitely not a generic romance. I'd say it feels more like literary fiction with romance in it, because it is so focused on Elsie's grieving process, and yes, of course it's also focused on the romance, but I think the main point the book is trying to make is like how to get over something as devastating as that, and that, you know, in the end everything will be okay. So I would say it's more of a literary fiction, yeah, just so you know. I ended up liking it more than I first thought I would. I really like the characters in this book. We follow Elsie mainly, so as I said previously, it flashes back from the present of her grieving process and the past, where we see her and Ben's relationship develop, and they were really nice together. But in the present, we've got Elsie, and we see her relationship with other people. She has a best friend. She also seems to get some kind of relationship with Ben's mother. Yeah, some other people as well, and it's really nice to see all of those develop. I always like Taylor Jenkins Reid writing, so that was great. It's really easy to read. It's a nice and short book. It's a perfect length. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars, just because I think it's nothing exceptional. Like, it's nothing special. It's quite a basic story, but still it was really nice to read and to experience. I like the narrative structure she chose, with flashing back in between the past and the present. That just makes it a bit more interesting and really gives you all the background information you need to feel for the characters and understand their decisions and their way of thinking and all of that. So overall, I'd say this was a good read for me, and I'm really glad I read it, and this is another Taylor Jenkins Reid book on my shelves, which I'm happy about. I like her as an author, and I'd like to read more of her. Time to choose the next book, and I've already chosen. It's going to be Queen of Shadows. I've started it like 2 pages because this is really bad, but I had to read a summary of the previous book because I just forgot everything that happened, and with fantasy especially, you just want to know all the details and everything, all the like lore, so I had to read a summary. But now I'm up to date, guys. I'm up to date, and I feel it. I'm gonna eat this book up. I know it's a big one. It's 640 pages. But I know I'm gonna eat this up. I'm overall very excited for this. I don't know what it's about, and the difficult thing with such a big series as this is that I cannot say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. I'll try to keep it neutral, but yeah. I'm excited. Also, I've started Great Expectations. Yeah, I read 50 pages in one day. It was actually quite fun to read. It's completely, that goes completely against my expectations. my Great Expectations. Wait, wait, let me cook. But wait, that was so bad. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I was reading it on my phone. I don't know if this is like well known, but Fable, the app Fable, like people use it instead of Goodreads, but Fable also has literary classics as free ebooks. So I was just reading that at the gym. I was reading it during my lecture. I was eating it up and it was fun, you know. So yeah, just a little update that I have started that. I know this video is a little bit chaotic because I read books like this. I read them all at the same time, and I know that is a bit confusing for a video, but hey, it's realistic and people like that, so hopefully this is still good. I've made a BookTok account. I don't know how much I'm going to use it or for what, but drop a follow. I'll link it in the description. Reading this right now.
What the dog doing?
This is kind of random, but the Project Hail Mary film released and I just had to go see it. I really like films and I feel like it quite fits with books as well. And I mean, especially this one, obviously. It has a book. As you guys saw, I watched Project Hail Mary yesterday and that film was so sick. Literally go watch it if you haven't yet. Read the book if you haven't yet. I love the plot and like the characters are so great and Ryan Gosling really fits the character of the book. It was filmed so well. Dialogue was great. It was just such a good movie. Go watch it. Let me know what you think of it once you've watched it or read it. If you have read it, let me know what you thought of it. Yeah. Lately I've been trying to go on my phone less, and especially during things when you're not really supposed to be on your phone. And one of those things is during eating. Oh my gosh. During eating. This is my plate, I'll show you in a minute. So I brought my book down and I'm gonna have a little read. This is my lunch. I spent the whole morning studying, so time to read. Okay. A new thing I really want to start doing is reading more poetry. I have this Shakespeare edition with all of the sonnets. Basically what I do is I read it, I do annotate with it. I'm gonna try to make this a new habit. The last few days I've been super busy and I haven't even read much. I'm in the middle of my midterm week and I'm just constantly learning. Trying to get the reading done in the train, but I'm not getting much done. I'm working my way through Great Expectations, but it's a long book. It's Thursday now and I have to finish it for Tuesday. I have no clue how I'm gonna do that, but I'm just audiobooking my way through it. So the upcoming days, I'm just gonna try to do as much as possible. I have to make a lot of homework as well. The reading is suffering. I want to give a quick Great Expectations update. I'm about halfway through and surprisingly enjoying it. I really like the main character. He's really sweet and it's also quite like mysterious. Don't really know what's going to happen. So we follow the main character Pip. I'm not sure if his age was mentioned, but I think he starts off as like quite a young boy. He's like lower class and a lot of like different weird things happen. Like it says on the back, an encounter with an escaped prisoner, a visit to a black-hearted old woman and a beautiful girl, and a fortune from a secret donor. That's where I'm at right now. So we start off with his life at his house at first and then he gets like a secret donation and now I think he's going to become a gentleman, or at least that's what he wants. He wants to become a more well-learned man, I think. But we basically follow this main character, but he's a really nice main character and there are a lot of characters and I kind of lose track of all the names, but I'm having fun. The real question though is, am I going to be able to finish this in 3 days? Who knows? Guess what I got? It is the small paperback form of Onyx Storm, guys. Big day, big day. I've been waiting for this for so long. So now, hopefully, it matches with the rest of my books. A friend of mine has my 4th week note. Yes! Wait. I can finally continue this series. I'm so excited.
I really have done my best. It is the last day of March and I have finished this book. I had my lesson. I literally finished it after my lesson, but that is fine. We ignore that. It's just a really long book. That aside, I really liked it, and I can't really pinpoint why, because I know usually I wouldn't like these kind of literature stories, because especially when it's that long, I can't like focus on it. But I really enjoyed this. I think the audiobook probably helped with it, so I would really recommend that. I think the characters are great. How previously I've said that books are quite repetitive, this one just isn't, and new things keep happening and developing the story, and that's just something I really enjoyed about it, and I'm definitely going to read more of Charles Dickens. I'm not going to say much about what happens in the story because you have to read it yourself if you want to explore this world and these characters, but yeah, I was quite happy reading it and I'm really glad to have finished it. So that all being said, it is the last day of the month and that means we're going to finish this vlog. Now I do keep a book journal and I want to update my monthly read, so let's go do that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was the first time for me doing a monthly book vlog like this, but I really like the format and I'm definitely going to keep doing it. Also, a little heads up, I'm currently packing. The beginning of the next book vlog is literally going to be in Berlin, so that is very exciting. I'm gonna film a little bit there, obviously not a lot, but I'm gonna start reading there. You know, we have a car ride there, I'm gonna read in the car ride, but I am very proud of myself. 7 books, guys. Okay, yes, I did count the short story in there, but 7 books is 7 books. That makes me proud. Don't forget to follow me on my BookTok, my new BookTok, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, and yeah, just comment anything you like, comment any of your thoughts on any of these books or book recommendations or like anything. Like, I love to talk about books, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye. See you in April.